Hey everybody, what is going on? It is your boy Ron. I am here with you guys, checking in with you guys for one more another Tuesday. And yes, I got a camera. Y'all can see me. Yes, you guys can see me. You can see me. And so it's awesome. Oh yeah, it's so awesome. And so right now we're just getting into everything, just making sure everything is working properly. And I don't know, it just feels different, feels very different not um, being online, you know? And so it's just, I don't know, not being in front of a camera just makes you feel a little weird at times, a little different because this is what I'm used to doing. I'm used to looking in the camera and seeing all my friends' faces and having them see my face too. And so just got it. It's awesome. It's from, or it's by, I'll show you which one I got. I got this guy. Yep, so I do have the little circle ring and whatnot. And right now, y'all look at me at full HD 1080p. So right out the gate, 1080p. And I got ring light, got a microphone. It also got privacy. Oh no! Yeah, that part. Yes, you guys get to see all of this mayhem that goes on, trying to get everything squared away. It's all part of the fun. It's all part of the games. Because again, as we have said on numerous times, on numerous occasions, we are not professionals when we do this. And so we try to make this thing as lively as possible. There we go. Again, I'm just adjusting my camera. It's a little sensitive. It's a lot of sensitive. My camera is a lot of sensitive. Like, holy crap. Can't believe how sensitive this thing is. Can't believe how sensitive this thing is. Whatever. I'm not gonna fight this thing. But I also got this little privacy eye, so if I gotta shut y'all out, I can do that and whatnot. Let's see, going back. Yo, Beach. What's up, homie? What's up? Oh, forgot my banners. How can I forget that? Yes. Loves right back at you. Love right back at you. For those who don't know, what we try to do is we try to do a check-in with you guys. We want to make sure that you guys are doing good, you guys are straight, and make sure that mental health, not just for our sake, but for your sake as well, is good because we get it. Everybody is going through something. Everybody's going through something. And so we're just going to take this time out before we actually get started and just check in with you guys, check in with the chat and make sure you guys are good, make sure you guys are great. How was your weekend? How's your week going? How has the last few days been? And all that other good stuff. I mean, like seriously, like how is everybody's mental health so far? I know with Christmas coming around the corner and New Year's coming around the corner, it's probably driving everybody crazy and whatnot, but we get it. Trust me, we get it. We get it. And so, checking in, making sure everybody's good, make sure everybody is great, make sure everybody is happy, make sure that y'all ain't trying to do nothing off the deep end because we don't want y'all doing that. We don't want y'all doing that. We don't need y'all doing that because already there's stuff going on in the world, and we just want to make sure that you guys are good. Also, copy. For those who are interested And for those who are like, hey, we know everybody has a Discord, everybody's doing Discord, blah, blah, blah. Does the Melanated Council have a Discord? Yes, we do. And I will be dropping that in the chat momentarily, what that Discord is. And let's see. Hopefully it shows up. And we got the other part of the trio coming in, making her way to the stage. Y'all give it up for the lovely, illustrious. Oh,
illustrious.
Yes, illustrious.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know we're already live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the notification. Oh, I see the notification.
You forgot what we were supposed to be doing, El?
No. It's not like I forgot. I didn't forget, but I thought I had some time because I was like, let me try out some names. I'm not sure how I feel about this name.
There you go.
Hey, Mish.
Hey, then hold on. You got Brock here. All good here. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. The stress of holiday shopping. So, before we go any further and whatnot, has anybody ever done Secret Santa for their job or at their coworkers? Because, Barack, to answer your question, that's the kind of week I'm going through like right now. Is Secret Santa shopping not only for one of my coworkers, but also for one of my family members. And that's nuts. That's nuts. And then, wait a minute. Y'all give it up. He actually here early. He is actually here early. Give it up for the other part of this trio to make this thing a trio. Give it up for Toby.
We're early.
There you go.
I love that.
Thanks.
Yes.
I actually thought you were the only one that just joined, Ron. I was like, okay, we're both gonna have to scramble to. I had to reconnect my computer.
No, you're good.
Not connected because why not?
You are good. We were just chatting with the chat. Yeah, I said it. Chatting with the chat about what they're doing this week, how they be doing, plans for Christmas, and Barack asked us this question about what we're doing, and boom, there you go.
Hey.
But to answer your question, Ron, no, I never I don't think I've ever done Secret Santa at my job. I've done White Elephant at jobs, but I've never done Secret Santa. I've done Secret Santa with like friends, like some of my friends, like we have like a board game meetup, and they would do like. No, it wasn't Secret Santa. That was still White Elephant. What am I thinking? But I do Secret Santa with my siblings because there's so many of us. I'm the last of 7. And so each year we do like a sibling Secret Santa. And those are my Christmas lights. I'm not having like a colorful lightning storm outside.
I thought it was the 5-0.
The 5-0.
Coasted outside your house.
Like, oh snap!
Just quietly with their lights. No, but we do sibling Santa every year, and it just reminds me I still have to get my sibling a gift. But yeah, so like we have like a price range from like $75 to $100. I feel like the older I get, I think we should just keep raising the price because it's like all the things I want. It's like, oh man, how much does that cost? $1,000? Like that's not close to 100 at all.
Not at all.
I know. It's like it sucks, but like I'm like 75 and 100 is like, because sometimes that's hard because it's like, oh, I want this thing, but it's only like $20. It's like, okay, I could put in that and like a couple of other things, or I could get like one big ticket item, but then like 75 to 100 doesn't even feel like that big of a ticket, especially for the things that I want, unfortunately. So I'm like, oh goodness, like what can it be? And I put down like a kettlebell weight, which is of course like under 75.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what else I put down. I don't even know. I'm always just like, I don't know, an Amazon gift card so I could just buy it myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's me. I probably should have put down Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh, that's actually a good game.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I've been wanting to buy it, so I'm like, maybe they could buy it. I don't know if I can still put it down if I still have time. I'm a bit. It's being a homeowner, unfortunately. It kind of makes you just like, oh, what do I need? Oh, new patio floors? Like when you ask for like, oh, can I have $100 gift card to, I don't know, floor and decor? It's like, that's not going to really get me anywhere. It's like, what's $100? What is? Because I keep thinking about like what it is that I need. Because like throughout the year, thanks to Amazing, you just kind of buy things for yourself. Like just all year long, you're just buying random ass shit for yourself. So then when it comes to Christmas, it's like, oh, what is it that you want? It's like, I want like a ton of little things or like a really big thing, and that's just where I'm at all the time. And I'm like, I want like workout clothes, but do I have to specify what workout clothes? And I gotta like do that. And like buying workout clothes for women is hard because for whatever reason, all workout clothes are just like sexy. And it's like, I don't know, like I'm going out there to like sweat and like be really mad and upset because I'm doing this. And it's like, I'm not trying to like, it's like, oh, one more set, like fuck this, but at least I look good. Like, no.
Oh man.
It's like fuck this shit, but at least it's showing, my midriff. But like at least like the back is cut out. It's looking cute.
There you go.
But no, I just want like I was actually thinking like, I wish I could just sort by like dumpy for like workout clothes. It's like, can I just get something that's like baggy and like loose fitting just so I can I agree. We do need sexy workout clothes for all genders for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. It's really true. Or like just like there's like non-binary workout clothes that that it's just workout. Yeah. No, I would totally buy that honestly because sometimes I just don't want to be looking sexy everywhere that I go, even to work out and do something that I don't feel is sexy. Like sometimes my existence isn't for men. Surprisingly. So yeah, I was like, how can I just put on workout clothes? Like some more like I don't know. Like it was just kind of hard because sometimes the bed sheets that you want is like a little over $100, and it's like, this is so close. I was like, oh, maybe like running sneakers, but like, oh no, those are like 150. It's like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm gonna suggest maybe next year to like push up the price. Like, can we go up to like maybe 200? I understand. What I do like about it though, this will be my last point, is especially like, now that I'm like older, even though I'm still the youngest, like I'm older, I don't have any kids, I'm not, in a relationship. It's nice to know that I'm for sure getting a gift. Because like, it's sort of crazy because I'm like, unless like my friends, we do like the white elephant again, but it's like with board games. I don't really play board games, but I just have board games because I go to like this white elephant thing every year. Or sometimes like things at work for White Elephant, but we're not doing that because we're all in a pandemic working from home. Like it's just kind of nice to know that you're getting some kind of gift.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But so like it's nice to know that I'm that, because like, you know, especially because everybody's like older, has kids, and they need to buy things for like their kids, the kids' friends, the kids' school classmates that they've only talked about one time, but apparently that kid's getting them a gift, so you got to get them a gift now. so so it's like, I understand that money is like really thin, but it's nice to know that's like, okay, we don't have to buy for every single sibling. We just need to buy for one sibling, and then, you know, for whomever in our lives that we need to buy gifts for.
Right.
So, yeah.
Toby, what about you?
In terms of Christmas traditions, or specifically in terms of this White
Like,
Elephant, Secret Santa.
yeah, that's Secret Santa.
Haven't done it in a while, and I'm not sure the next time that we will.
Well, yeah, I never done a Secret Santa at my job though. That's wait. Yes, I did. What am I talking about? That was a Secret Santa. I like how it was done. It was like some elf draw names website or something.
Really?
And yeah. And so like I was assigned somebody, and you know, you put like you like put down like your wish list on the site, and like sometimes these items are like from Amazon, most of them are, and then you just buy it through there. Then like, you know, it comes to you, of course, and then you give it to the person when you guys all meet up for like the gift exchange. So like that was pretty cool. Like, but it was like, it wasn't for my job. It was just people at my job, or like it was like a girls thing.
Gotcha.
Or like, and they invited me. They're like, "Hey, do you want to do like the Secret Santa thing?" And I was like, "Well, shit, yeah, I want gifts." So like, I obliged. I was like, I guess I have to buy somebody a gift. But at least I get a gift too, and that's how I got my my Funko Pop Todoroki toy.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was happy that they got me that, because I didn't put too many things on my list, but that's definitely what I wanted.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And
Caucasian elephant.
I know. Not white elephant, Caucasian. Caucasian American elephant.
ooh, I didn't see this. I did not see this. When is it not appropriate to give a gift card as a gift?
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I actually completely missed that as well.
Also, Elizabeth is the last of 7 too. Okay, awesome. High five.
Yeah.
But sorry, there's not too many of us.
Yeah, no. It's funny because true story, as far as my household goes, like my kids, they basically have everything that they wanted. Like
Nice.
they really do. Like in a sense, they really don't want for anything. And even talking to one of my coworkers, she's like, "Yeah, it's like so. Does your kids getting anything for Christmas this year? Like, is there anything they actually really want?" And I sat down and thought about it. And even then, asking them what they wanted for Christmas, they were like, "Well, we got bikes, we got TVs, we got PlayStation 4, we got an Xbox, something like the latest version, but not the newest one." And it was like, they're like, I don't know, like maybe clothes, maybe a gift card, you know, to the PlayStation and whatnot. Like, but other than that, they're like, yeah, we really don't really want anything. I'm like, what? And then when I told her that, she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, like they really don't want anything this year because a lot of stuff they already have. Like they of course clothes. That's a no-brainer. They're growing like weeds. I think my oldest said he wanted a new laptop, which is understandable because he had his old one is pretty much going kaput. I think my daughter just wants like some random girly stuff, which I don't know what that is because she's not into girly things. So it's just like what to give you. And our youngest, he's just in this phase where it's like he doesn't care. It's just whatever, you know. I want whatever, and it'll still make me happy. Like, okay, so they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, like they really don't want anything. And to Barack's point, is like I'm the type of person where I will try to get you a gift, but if I can't think of anything, like hell, here's $50, do what you want, you know. Like my kids, they're really simple and they don't, like I said, they really don't want for anything. If they wanted something, which doesn't have to be for Christmas, like yeah, can you give us like a $20 PlayStation card or a $20 Xbox card? Like that's it. Yeah, like Gucci, good. Let's go, huh? Take it, have it. You know, buy, whatever. Do what you want to do. You know, and they're actually happy with just that, just having money. You know, and let them figure out what they want to do with it. You know, it's like get your own gift. You know, here's the money. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever else. It just do what you want. You know, you got the money, go get it. You know, whatever you wanted that nobody got you, get yourself. Merry Christmas to you. And they're actually okay with that. You know, I know people who are okay with just getting a gift card to like their favorite restaurant, and that's perfectly fine. I know people like, you know, they will take a gift over anything else, you know, and they realize it was the thought that counts. You know,
Mm.
like again, case in point, one of my family members I've got for Secret Santa again, and typically this person doesn't necessarily get a gift for whatever reason, like somebody draws this person's name, but that person never gets a gift. And so I made it a point to make sure that family member gets a gift. Like I know what the person likes, I know da 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 da. And so last year got this person a gift, loved it. Like eyes got big, like, oh, nice. Like, oh, you like that kind of stuff. Like, I got you. So this year I got this person a full kit. So like soap, shampoo, deodorant, like all of that. Got in the kit. Boom. You're done. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year until next year. If I get you again, I know exactly what I'm getting you next year. Bath and Body Works. I'm upping up the ante. And what man does not like Bath and Body Works? Just saying. What man does not like Bath and Body Works? Especially with the new men's line they got coming out. Oh yeah. Next year, if I get that person, yep, going straight to Bath and Body Works. Give me that, and we'll call it a day. Boom. Christmas is done.
Speaking of like four men's, the other day I was hanging with my brother and like his fiance. And my brother, he has locks like me, but they're shorter, but like you can still tie them up. So he bought like some hair ties, but
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason on Amazon it said hair ties for men, and he and like he like gets like he would like actually mention to his fiance, is like, hey, you can't use that hair tie, it's for men. It's like, that's what it says. You can't use, like
Wow.
jokingly, of course, but it's like,
Yeah.
but it's just hilarious because of what they're like black and gray and navy blue or something. So that
Mm-hmm.
hair ties for men.
Mish, don't you dare do that. Don't you dare.
You will not get
That is
anything. You will
that
not
is
get
not a real promo. Don't you
it's not.
dare. No. We're not
Yeah,
even sponsored yet.
you will not get anything.
Oh man. No. But to Nate's point, like, yeah, like Bath and Body Works, they have a it's
Like
small, but there is a men's section in Bath and Body Works, and a lot of their scents, they're like, I would recommend. me personally, because whenever I have like the money and I want to smell like, way better than Irish Springs and Old Spice and Axe, like, yes, I'm spending some cold hard cash at Bath and Body Works. And I mess around, I'll get the shampoo, the 3-in-1, so the body wash, shampoo in the face, um, the lotion, and possibly the cologne. And that's it. All the same thing. Just because like that's typically when I go to Bath and Body Works, that's what I do. A lot of people, I know a lot of the ladies are like, well, why don't you mix and match? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not the type of person where I don't like to smell like 3 different scents. Like that is annoying.
I
Smell
agree.
like one, smell like another, then you turn around smell like this. Like, nah, just let me smell the same all the way. Just smelling good. So when I get out the shower, I smell good, I feel good, and my day goes however I planned it. Yes, that is a mixtape. Yes, that is a mixtape for sure. I'm telling you, that is a mixtape. I'm telling you, you get 3 different scents. It's like, nah. But even then, some of the scents doesn't even pair well together. So it's like, why would I do that? No. Listen, listen, listen. I probably could, but I don't want to. But at the same time, like whenever I shop for myself, I typically go to Bath and Body Works, and I will spend money and not bat an eye. I will spend money. Like Bath and Body Works, I'm about to spend $100 on myself, and you gonna get every last penny. And even if I have to round up the change to whatever else, go for it. Y'all gonna get it. Because when I leave out of there, yeah, I'm leaving out with a bag or two. Leaving out with a bag or two, and I'm good. You
Okay.
know what? If I get Secret Santa again next year, I'm saying Bath and Body Works. Bam.
Hmm.
There you go.
So that way, not only will I have one collection, I'll have another collection. Like, telling you, hustle hard. Ah, anyways, anyways, anybody else has any input before we move on?
Um, Looking back at the question for the Secret Santa, I guess my answer actually would be no. That I've never done one at my job. The
Mhm.
one that I had even done was just like among, maybe a church group or various, even my own family. We never did one, so it was not common. It was either high school or like various, I don't know, just other things. But the last I can remember doing it was probably 2015 when I was in college,
Nice.
or that might have been White Elephant. But either way, gift swaps definitely not since I was like an undergrad over 5 6 years ago. But
Hmm.
it's maybe the opportunity will come up somewhere.
Right. I got a
Welcome to the
question. It's a little weird, but what is white elephant? Like I've never heard of it. Like this is the first time for me actually hearing about white elephant. What is it?
Oh. Oh.
Mm.
So, I feel like this would be good for like our Christmas
Christmas
episode.
episode next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
we'll save it then. I'll put a pin in it.
Yeah.
I'll put a pin
Yeah.
in it.
And yeah, guys, definitely come back next week because, I mean, believe it or not, not this Saturday, but next Saturday is Christmas. Goddamn. And what is these holidays just sneak up on people? But yeah, so
Good.
we always do like a Christmas episode the Tuesday before, then the New
Mhm.
Year's episode the Tuesday before that. And fun fact, Christmas is 1 week before New Year's. So
Indeed.
yes, I'm sure you all knew
Magic.
that, but just a reminder because it gets me every year. So
I don't think I processed it until like the last few years, really.
yeah,
Um,
same.
that's a thing, especially because like when you're home from, like when I was just like in school, you always have the whole time off. Like college, high school, college, grad school, which I did without any breaks. So I had no time in my life that there was not a time in my life that I actually experienced Christmas or New Year's where I wasn't in school until 2019. That was the first time that 2018 I graduated, but because that was the end of a semester, I kind of don't realize all the days blend together. You just have 2 days that happen to be holidays, but who cares? Same thing with MLK Day. I mean, obviously, I respect MLK and the significance, but as a holiday, I usually didn't start school. Oh, in high school I did, but in like college or grad school, the semester always started after the day, so it wasn't something that I kind of thought of as like a same thing with 4th of July. I don't do summer school. But once you start working full time, it's like, oh snap. You actually become a little more cognizant of when these dates are, like what
Right.
day in the week. Same thing with like
True.
Memorial Day or are these days like on the first Monday? Is it a fixed day? Yeah, it just kind of becomes interesting to look at holidays. Which is great that we have 2 weeks in a row of holidays coming up, where we can talk even more about that. But yes, Christmas and New Year's are indeed a week apart because they're on Saturday. Those of you who get, well, really everyone should be getting these days off. I feel like depends on your industry, but Friday ends up being our nice day off, which means we get Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve off. Again, I shouldn't say again, but some people do get those days off anyway. But
True, yeah.
those people are lucky sons of a gun.
One of my good friends, like he like fortunately just like has a new job, but at his old job he had like if Christmas fell on a Saturday, he didn't get the day off. So like when Christmas falls on a Saturday, he doesn't get the day off, and when that means New Year's falls on a Saturday, he doesn't get that day off either. So like, yeah, his job, I was just like, holy shit, that's rough. That's rough,
Yeah.
dude.
It's really weird that they don't even like give off whatever day. In that case, Fridays.
Right? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez, man, that's. So I guess. I mean, I have to ask him. I hope his new job he gets it off. But yeah. But no, he didn't work for Amazon. No.
Yeah.
Tarjay.
Hey. Tarjay, if push comes to shove, Tarjay's still a good place to shop. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got plenty of stuff. I just got a rug, a little, not a big one, but a little rug for my floor from there. It's a good place.
Oh, yeah.
I like live down the street from a Target. There's like so much shit in that plaza. It's like there's like a Target, and then like right next to it's like a Dollar Tree now, or some dollar store. It's like the hell. And it has like a ton of shit in this plaza. But all right, I just found it like it's like two different like socioeconomic classes though, like right next to each other. Like, what are you trying to say about this area? It just serves everybody. But yeah.
I just have the message of people saying, perfect. See, look at that. Mark is getting us on the topic. Instead of, I'm going to be a little shady, Mark. It's okay. You'll appreciate it. Instead of getting us off topic in a million different ways, Mark just got us back on track. And that's applause right there. I'm not being too shady. He literally joked himself that he gets us off topic when he gets on. So it's all good. Dollar stores like McDonald's.
They're everywhere. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Fair enough.
True. I mean, yeah, I guess there wasn't really like a dollar store in that area now that I think about it. So I guess that was a good place to put it. But it's like you just like right next to a Target, it's like a ballsy move. But there was like another store there before that sold like a bunch of random shit. So yeah, I miss the 99-cent stores. I don't know where they're at. That's true. That's very true. That is very true.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and
that's very true.
just like what Mark said, like yes, we're gonna talk about that same topic. They used to have most that
This
have the
is
most
people.
intimacy. Yes,
So was it the people
yes.
you had issues with, Mark, or was it like you didn't like those people, or was it like um those people always gave you issues? Like, if that makes
Mm,
sense. Like did you just not like them, or was it like they just sort of, I don't know, like caused issues?
mm.
If
Good question.
okay, if there's like a slight difference.
Hmm.
Well, no, well, because what? Go ahead, say what were you gonna say, El?
I was gonna say, like, sometimes like some people don't give issues, but you just don't like them. At least like that sometimes just
Mm.
happens. It's like, I just don't like this person.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Ron?
No, I was gonna say that I know there was a point in time when, or actually not when, but where people ask like, what kind of like genre of music that you like listening to? Like, well, I of course hip hop, R&B. That's gonna be my first love, like no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Number one, and then I was like, I like jazz, especially like the smooth classical jazz, I like that. I like pop every now and then. But I've been finding myself being drawn to more so K-pop and J-pop, and somebody tells me
Okay.
like, oh, so you're trying to be white? Like, what? How does that even relate? Like, I know plenty of black people who like J-pop, who like K-pop.
Hmm.
Like, what does that have to just be a white thing? And long as I kind of caught flack from it because again, there were some black people that kind of looked at me like, "What are you talking about? Like, who listens to this other than white people?" I'm like, "This is just more than just white people who listen to this type of music. Like, come
Right.
on!
Everybody.
Like, some of your favorite anime shows is has some kind of J-pop song to it that you find catchy all the time. You can't stop singing it,
Oh
even though you don't
yeah.
know the words to it.
Exactly.
Like, come on, give me a break."
I mean, there's some
I
English
just
songs that we don't even know the words to, and then we find out like 20 years
yes.
later. It's like, oh, that's what they were saying.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on that one. There was a song that came out. We just listened to it. I'm like, holy crap! They were singing this. This is what they were talking about. I'm over here as a kid, like yeah, this song is awesome. Nope, innocence has been ruined. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look more into like K-pop. I haven't really listened to it, but like sometimes, like it kind of like gets into your head because like a commercial will have like BTS or something. You just
Yes.
you don't even realize it. It's like, oh, this is because you're not even really realizing that they're not saying English words, or they might just be saying random English words. So it's like you kind of understand, but you're not really like paying attention. So it's like,
Hmm.
oh, this is BTS this whole time. It's like, what were they saying?
Yes.
Oh, they were just saying random English words. It's like, they got me.
Yes. BTS probably one like as far as like the boy K-pop groups, BTS is up there. I think they just won. Didn't they just win like a Grammy or something? Like they won like
I
a
think
really
so.
big
Oh,
music
yeah.
award. Yeah,
Yeah, they
they
won.
won a
They
big
won.
music award here in the states.
Yeah, I think it was like there was like an MTV award. There was some award where I remember they won. That was like the first time a lot of people even heard of BTS, and people were like, oh, is this even an American group? And then it's like, wait, yo, realize Drake and Justin Bieber aren't American either. So what are you saying?
That's true.
Facts.
And then some other people. So But I hadn't heard of BTS before that. That was like maybe in 2015. And I forgot when that was, but that was like a big thing when they won. They were trending. People were like, "Who the heck is this group?" Now they're much more like well known, and K-pop as a as a region is also more well known. But
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I've been hearing about K-dramas and K-pop for like
K-dramas,
years. You know, like usually friends who are like into anime, they end up kind of getting into like K-dramas, just like Korean dramas. And like sometimes like they would suggest like a K-drama to me, and I don't know, like I may watch like a bit of it, but like K-dramas are like really freaking long. Like one episode, like I was watching that show Startup, and like each episode was like a movie. I was like, this is so long. But it was good. I didn't finish it, but it was good, but it was just long. But like, yeah, like K-dramas and K-pop have been around for like a very long time. And it's just been so like I'm happy that it's getting big. Like I think that's actually really cool because I think especially America, the US needs like more like influences in terms of media and music and film, media, music, and film, because that's pretty much where we dominated in the world was, media was like music, film, and television. Because, like they watch our movies like that we make in Hollywood all around the world. They listen to our music all around the world. That's why like Jay-Z could just go to Japan or, anywhere and like they're listening and like loving his music. But like, we're not really knowing any like South Korean music or like Japanese music unless like we're watching anime or watching K-dramas or something. So like it's really cool that like we could just like listen to their music on the radio. Like I think it's about time. That explained really well. His name is. I've heard that too. But yeah, so I didn't know listening to K-pop was considered like white though. That makes no sense because it's Korean.
or at least it's not black. I think that's the other flip of this. It's like to get a little logic-y, it's the compliment. If we're gonna talk about logic of being black, it's so while white is one, there's a lot of other things too that are just not black. So you have black, and then you have black complement, and K-pop fits nicely into that Venn diagram of everything that is not black. And unfortunately, like it just it becomes that kind of default, right? Similar to the cosplaying thing that we kind of had a conversation of. Oh, that was in person. That was you, me, and Mish a few weeks ago. Because I was gonna say, wait, Ron doesn't know what we're talking about. But Ron, actually, you do know this. I know you definitely know this phenomenon where it's like someone tries to cosplay, someone black tries to cosplay, and you're told like you can't cosplay. This because you're not black, and it's like these people weren't white either. Anime's in Japan. So what are we saying? I mean,
right,
obviously you have certain shows that take place in certain places, but for the most part these are Japanese characters, so why are you pressed about black people wearing whatever anime stuff they want to wear? So a related phenomenon, it's like while it might not be considered white, it ends up being like, oh, you're black, you can't do that. For both sides. That in that case, usually that's more like other white people or someone who decides they want to gatekeep and say, oh, you can't do this because you're black. But then on the other hand, you have inside your own community where people will be like shaming you for liking some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really strange. But here we are. I mean, I'd say that it's a lot better these days. Like, there's a lot more of communities of like black anime, black, whatever. But
True black tech.
tech.
I mean, I don't know if like getting into coding and tech was ever really considered like a white thing. I always felt like it was considered like a nerdy thing. I remember, I don't know how true this is. This is like something my friend told me once. So like, I don't know if he like watched like a documentary or something where he learned this, but like he said that, if you go to prison, usually it's like very segregated. The white people stay with the white people, the black people stay with the black people.
Mm.
Latinos stay with the Latinos. But for whatever reason, the nerds, no matter what their race are, all stay together. Like, so it doesn't matter. It's like if you're nerdy, you just stay together no matter what your race is. You can't. So that's probably why, like, when it comes to black tech, maybe there wasn't any sort of like, oh, you code apps, you're acting white. So that probably
Yeah,
wasn't.
you kind of just ostracized, or not really ostracized. You kind of just had your own little outsider group of the nerds. But even like being like having nerd interest also ends up acting that way. You end up getting that sort of stigma too of like you shouldn't be into these like nerdier type things. Whether Yu-Gi-Oh
True.
cards or playing Pokemon or whatever you want to go into. Now
Right.
no funny, I always did have those friends though who were black who did like play the Yu-Gi-Oh or they played this like in middle school, so you always had those groups, but in general, this wasn't like the cool thing.
Right. Yeah.
Which okay, I guess it's also because I went to like a not majority black, but very heavily black, like 40% black high school. My middle school may have been around the same, so I kind of just considered a lot of that like ostracization and that kind of like looking down. That now I wouldn't say it happened so much to me personally, but you kind of see it like people who are interested in interest, and oftentimes it was black people who were sort of like doing this sort of gatekeeping of coolness, but that could just be a coincidence because there were so many black people who happened to be cool and growing up, and it's sort of hard to unlink the two. So if you were in like a majority white area, you probably could have had the same like stigma from those cool popular kids who just would be white instead of black. um Hopefully that makes sense, but I feel like, yeah, I guess some of that's actually funny because some of that isn't really race specific. It's just that people just don't want
Hmm.
you to be great. They don't want us nerds to be great, and it's okay because now we have the last laugh.
Pretty much, and that's usually always the case. Like, you think they would listen to us by now. Like, there's still people who are like ignoring the inevitability of Web3, or maybe not necessarily ignoring, just kind of brushing it off, waving. I was like, I don't understand any of this, and then they just kind of go through their go with like their everyday. Anyway, that's another conversation.
Web 3, you
Um,
said? Web 3.0?
yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
have to talk about offline about that because I still have no idea what that is.
yeah. Like, I'm like learning about it like slowly. Um, uh, when it comes to, I know that Barack asked a question that I thought was really good. He said, "Is there a difference between talking white and code switching?"
Oh yeah. You
Uh,
know, you about to give your perspective on that now?
yeah. Unless you want to go first, you seem very eager.
So yeah, because I had seen this. I remember when I saw it. Actually, I had meant to say something out loud, but I know with code switching, that's kind of almost like a preservation tactic that you kind of just want to like blend in a certain way. Like however you speak with your family or your community, you kind of put it down a bit and try to
Right.
like speak a bit more, I don't know, professionally. Um you speak a more like generic way, and so you kind of switch. And the talking white was more of like a stigma, I would say, or a derogatory term, right? Like a kind of like a, yeah, derogatory or pejorative term where people would say it to like mock you or take away your own like
Blackness.
blackness. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. So Ryan asked, what is code switching? A more precise way of saying it is like if you're in a professional setting or a certain setting where you want to be able to like be taken maybe more seriously, you want to like it's kind of like you have to like turn on and off certain ways that you speak, maybe like your slang that you use, or even like it can even be the intonation. Some people will literally try to sound like, I mean, sorry. Oh, this movie I completely forgot about. Even with this topic, I forgot about it until right now. But sorry to bother you. Very exaggerated with how they have that white voice. But some people will try to speak in a more white way if you're like doing customer service or like you're in the food industry. Literally have a friend who works in New Hampshire, or she used to as a server. She's black, Haitian American, and she said people literally wouldn't know who she was until like they show up, and her name is kind of racially ambiguous. So it's like she would basically speak on the phone. They would come and be like, "Is this you?" And or she will say, "Hey, I'm me," and she would always get a look of surprise on these customers' faces because the way she would speak, she would kind of purposefully make it sound more ambiguous, like not like full Valley Girl, like it doesn't have to be obnoxious with it, but like you do sometimes try to erase the accent. Yep.
Uh, pretty much. Yeah, that's definitely an example. Or like, it's it's pretty much like the difference between how you talk to like your friends versus how you talk to people at work. I feel like we've all like code switch a bit, but Black people especially have to code switch a lot more. They have to, I guess, like dial down their Blackness to to fit more into corporate white society. Not in every case, but in definitely like in a lot of companies. Yeah, so that's essentially what code switching is. It can be very taxing and exhausting. Dion Cole actually had a good joke in like one of his most recent specials where he says like, "Oh, white people can be white all day long. Black people can't be black all day long." So it's like how like your Black coworker may interact with you at work, is not how he actually is when he goes home, And it's like, well, you probably feel like, well, yeah, like that's how everybody is. But it's like, oh no, that's not, like, he put on a whole act to go to work. He's not just like hiding the fact that, he's like, I don't know, cheating on his wife or something like that. It's like, yeah, of course I feel like you share that at work. He's, not telling you about all the hip hop music he listens to. Like, he's not telling, he's not speaking how he normally speaks with like his friends, the slang, like Toby mentioned with the, he may speak like, African American vernacular English, AAVE. He may, like, he may just he carries himself differently. He has like a completely different vibe when he's someone's sound is off. It's holistic Hotties.
Oh, when I saw that, I thought she was saying literally like the intonation of how you talk. But no, this that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Someone's sound is off.
Yeah, I hear kitchen activity. Now, Toby, you're on mute. But you sounded okay. I think it was just somebody like washing dishes or something.
Yeah, it was just water running.
I don't know. Toby's always got like girls all up in his house.
That's a different story, but I might have to talk about the art of well, I'll just let I'll let you fill in the blanks on that one. We'll talk about it in 2022. Maybe near Valentine's Day.
Okay. Nate Drago from Twitch asked, why is that slang? Like, slang equates to Blackness. Triple equals. No, that's double equals, my bad. Which is still a strong equals. He goes, why not tone down the slang? Why is it that slang equals Blackness? Why not tone down the slang? Why not tone down? Like slang coming from a Black person kind of gives a different is like, it could be viewed differently than if like a white person were to say the exact same slang term. You said tone down the slang. I mean, like we definitely tone down the slang, or we tone down like how we speak, because it's supposed to be like more professional. But it's like I don't know. I don't like. I don't like. I hate being like, oh well, like if white people do, it's gonna be like the, you know. I hate going with like the back and forth with like the what I feel like is just sort of obvious at this point. Like it's actually a little redundant.
I mean, and the thing about that too, Michigan, y'all Michiganders and sports people. Now I think part of it too is like it's not just a slang thing because yeah, you could have like some white boy with a skateboard and the hat speaking in all types of slang. Clearly, like a white boy who's from the city who still talks away, and but it's not just that. Like you have a certain twang, whether you're from the South, which in general is its own thing, but when you're black from the South, you really hear it. If you're from like New York City, like you don't have to be yelling facts, my guy, and dead ass. Like you could speak other like you don't just have to say these stereotypically New York slangs or bing bong. Like you can be just talking and people know that you're like a New Yorker. Like you have that very strong accent. And so sometimes people might try to even like speak without that like I don't know. Like I hate to say it this way, but like you try to sound like more normal, like more palatable, right? Even if it's not just a slang thing, it's also just like a way that you talk. Words kind of draw together. Um, like I have one guy. He's a white. Now,
Holistic Hottie from New York, from YouTube. This is why we're laughing. She just commented, "I'm in New York City, and he's saying words I never hear."
the thing about this is like
You
obviously
never
a lot of it's more like memes at this point. It's like more memes than anything else. But I was in upstate New York, and I had a lot of New York friends, and it's like it was kind of hit or miss. Like it wasn't exaggerated, but people did use certain words and terms that I wouldn't hear anywhere else. Like, I wish I could think of some right now, but like there's certain things in the DMV that were very, very different than when I was like talking to my friends from the Bronx and Brooklyn, and then the way they talk was very distinct. Even if it wasn't like a heavy accent, the words that they would use is not something that you probably would see them use in a professional setting. Um, so sometimes yeah, what Brock said, like, and this is like a different conversation too, to be honest. Like, thank you for saying this because this whole thing about dialects, um, these things about dialects and like regional slang is like a very big thing. And I think it's pretty fascinating, but like, it all goes away when you want to like become like this professional or whatever. You just speak the business speak and put away like your regional idiosyncrasies, I guess. Um,
Yeah, what were you saying?
oh no, I was kind of. think I just kind of like tried off because that's mostly the point I was making. And actually, a lot of what's in the chat is very interesting too because things evolve. Like New York City 2021 is not the same as 2000.
That was 2000.
So evolution of language happens too. So it's like even that whole thing about talking white and whatever black, a lot of what black people would have said back in the God knows 70s, 80s, 90s, it's so different than like now. And then there's a lot of like internet slang that has been basically co-opted from black lingo, which there's a guy who's he's the Harvard, I think he was like the student council president, student body president for I think Harvard or no, it was probably
Like
it
an
might have
Ivy
been
League?
Yale. It was an Ivy League. I don't think because Harvard's here in Mass. I think it was Yale, but he was a
Okay.
black guy. He went viral on TikTok earlier this year because he was basically doing a series about like all these viral things, like the whole like. Let me see if I could do it. Like the
Oh,
the
ice.
sheet, the ice in the veins, and the sheesh, and like the all these things that were like TikTok and Gen Z trends, which actually were like black people inventing things like in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. Like I forget who the basketball player was who did the ice in my veins thing for being like cold blooded, but like a lot of that kind of stuff gets co-opted. So what ends up being talking black and acting black today will just be on TikToks or whatever TikTok equivalent exists in 20 years. And so maybe we all have hope because at some point nothing will be black. It'll just all be internet speak.
Is that what we're hoping for?
No,
Um,
I'm being sarcastic. I'm just like
oh, okay.
I'm more
Like,
I'm more
I don't know. Like,
I'm more so saying that like I'm like half joking because it's like it's a problem where like a lot of things that people have done have just sort of been almost erased. Um, and like the history and origins become murky. Like, wait, no, there was like a vibrant Black culture and community that created this thing. It didn't just become random Gen Z internet slang. But on the other hand, it's kind of like actually it's still not good. But like a lot of things that you would see as unprofessional basically become mainstream. Then all of a sudden it's fine. But that's a whole
um,
nother conversation.
like, I mean, Beyonce put bootylicious in the dictionary too. So was it Jiggy to the Webster's Dictionary, Jiggy slang or American evolution of language? I mean, slang words are in the dictionary, and it does say like slang next to it. It's like just because it's in the dictionary doesn't mean it's like professionally palatable. You can't
Sure.
really just like say those words at work. You can't just be like to like your manager's like, yo, this fucking bitch is on my dick, yo. Like if one of your coworkers is like pissing you off, it's like that's like all those words I said are in the dictionary, and I don't think any of them are slang. Maybe dick, and I guess yo.
I mean, they're all like, I guess curse words in some way kind of fall colloquialisms. Yeah, the vernacular. Oh, y'all are getting ahead of this because I mean, this is a great conversation, and I'm glad to have it now. But like, ooh,
Yeah.
the way that these regional dialects, oh God, anyways, it's exciting. It's exciting. Especially in the Midwest, there's some stuff going on over there. I mean, every region honestly has interesting colloquialisms. But like it's actually like there's another video that I remember that was like some person, a Black guy in Chicago, on some interview, or there's some interview, and then like a Black guy was like, he was like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your interview. He was trying to get through. The interviewer, who's also Black, was like, no, you should go around. And then the guy was like, F you mean, fam, like you go around. Goofy something like it was just it was like a 20-second video, but like it happened so quick, and it was just like, oh my God, like the internet is undefeated. But like, was he acting Black? Was he acting Black? Like he was just kind of being aggressive or rude. But like it was also the characteristic of how he did it, and like I don't know, there's just certain things that you see go viral on like Black Twitter, and it's like, why though? Like it's not like white people couldn't act like this, but like there's certain things that just catch fire and people relate. Like, oh, that's my uncle, that's my auntie. I know people who act like that. I know people who do that. Um, um, let me see, it's where that chopped and screwed music started on TikTok. Oh, Jesus Christ is Lord.
That sounds like a terrible argument to have. Like, what I find weird is when people have arguments with people who, like, if younger people have arguments with, older heads, and they're like, oh, this started on TikTok because I heard about it on TikTok. I'm 17. It's like, no, you're like, your life literally just started, my guy. like, like when somebody says like, oh, I mean, like T-Pain had a song Chopped and Screwed that was like before Gen Z got their first cell phones. So like, and so he clearly got that from something from before. Like I don't know. People, I don't know why people get into arguments, and I don't know. People think TikTok is like
The evolution
school.
of man. TikTok, in the beginning there was TikTok, and then everything flowed from it.
Right? Yeah. So on the first day, God created TikTok. Hillary Clinton, I admire Margaret Sanger enormously, her courage, her tenacity, her vision. I'm really in awe of her. There are a lot of lessons we can learn from her life. Planned Parenthood promotes abortion relentlessly. Life. Oh, okay. I don't know who Margaret Sanger is.
She was a big. So I've heard her name too in the abortion context. I guess she helped provide access. She popularized the term birth control. Okay. See, this is how much we don't know about women's history in this country.
Right. Also, she created she promoted women's birth control.
Yeah, she was a birth control activist, sex educator, writer, and nurse.
Oh.
She opened the first birth control clinic in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
And then what all the organizations she created became Planned Parenthood later on. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that quick. Oh, it's the founder of Planned Parenthood. Oh, okay.
Basically. Yeah.
You just got here. Nothing else. But yeah, sorry, we're just like looking over at some of the comments. I did want to mention when it comes to, as like Ryan mentioned about appropriation, so it sort of reminded me of this, where you know how like let's say, and this happens with a lot of like white pop artists especially, but like one that comes to mind is Miley Cyrus. How you know she started out as like Hannah Montana and was like, you know, good old wholesome, you know, like country popish singer, and then like she went, I guess like, you know, the dark side almost, and started like twerking and getting more into like hip hop and black music, and it's like, oh no, now she's bad. Oh, she's like, she's not the little cutesy girl. She just went so totally bad. She smokes weed. OMG.
Ron is in pain right now.
Oh, and then like they go back to like being good by like no longer doing like hip hop and rap music, and that happens with like a lot of artists. So it's almost like talking, acting white is good, you know, but then like talking and acting black is bad. And it's like, and it's there's always like that sort of connotation towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good point.
That was an
I mean,
insane-
Malcolm X even freaking like that was the whole. I mean, I'm sure he said it in real life, but like I remember the movie, where he's in the jail and then like I don't know if it was I forget who it was. It wasn't Elijah Muhammad, I don't think, but it was someone who was mentoring him in the jail and was like, yeah, white. Look in the dictionary. Look at how it talks about pure, spotless, without blemish. Black. It's dark. It's dirty. It's whatever. Like that's always like kind of been a thing with the connotations, and same thing with the speaking that way, because like oftentimes when you say speaking black, and sometimes it's hard to define because and I think this goes back into I don't know if it was Barack or who was sort of asking like the whole thing about black versus slang. Oh, it was Nate Drago. So sometimes it's just basically it's a way to say it's ghetto or hood or street, but street is also more broad because you can speak a lot of different types of street slang across different languages, even like in Spanish, like el barrio's the street, and there's like a very distinct way you speak. So it's like, is talking black talking hood? Is it ghetto? Is it street? Is it the twang? Is it what is it? And what's white talking? Like, of course, you have Dave Chappelle and like comedians who have brilliant white voices. But like, is it because of that like nasally sound that makes you white, or is it the way the words that you're using? It's a little undetermined. Is it is it because sometimes I'll see these comments on Facebook or other social media where people are like, oh, I remember one person got in trouble. It was like something where some black woman said something. This was like maybe 10 years ago, probably like 8 years ago. Someone was saying like, I don't speak white. I just speak like someone like like I speak like I have some dang sense, and like someone actually taught me English, and she got a lot of likes, but it set off a firestorm because she was a black woman saying this, and then some other black women were like, "Ooh, hold on there, like AAVE is like an actual African American vernacular English for those who don't know. It's like an actual recognized kind of like not language, but it's a recognized dialect." So it's like AAVE is valid, and are you saying that people who do speak it and speak it heavily, they're less intelligent and they're less educated? Because people will often say, no, I don't speak white, I just speak proper, I speak educated, I speak intelligent. But then you have to be careful, because what about those who are speaking more black, especially those like in a more casual setting, like you're playing games, you're playing Uno, and things are getting heated. You're playing, things are getting kind of crazy. I don't think the people literally lost their sense and their like intelligence. It's just sometimes there's a certain animatedness that kind of comes out, and I don't, I don't know. I know I was kind of went back and forth a lot in that little, but like it's something I think is very fascinating, but I don't have an exact answer to like what it boils down to. I will say though that my friend, she's black, like also Nigerian like me, but either born here or at least grew up here. Also in the Maryland area, and she was, because I commented once, because I've always seen those kind of posts on Instagram or places that say we need to retire the whole concept of speaking white and black and telling people, shaming people for like not
like how they
being
speak.
black. And I posted something like that maybe earlier this year or last year, and this friend commented on it saying literally that it was an intonation thing, that it's like with the black people. So it's funny I said nasally, because actually what she was saying was there was a more of a nasally presence with when you're black speaking. And I mean, I feel like that's not a tried and true rule, but I'm gonna actually find what she said, because I'm very curious to see what you all think about her
Okay.
analysis on speaking white, black, whatever, and then what it boils down to.
While Toby is looking for that, Ron, do you have anything to add? Wait. You're like, something's muted on you. I know you have like two thingies. Maybe something's not plugged in. Or it's like plugged in weird. No, I still can't hear you.
Yeah,
It's like the headphones like muted itself or something.
because I remember this would be a thing that happened in the past, but I'm guessing this is a different problem.
Yeah, because I know that he has like two. There's like two mic thingies. I don't know. Yeah, because you've been quiet for a while. I know that you haven't like been saying anything, but I'm like no, I can't hear you at all.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you.
There
Okay.
you go.
All right.
Did it
plugged
stop
in all the
again?
way.
Okay. So
There
you
you
know,
I can't read lips, Ryan.
no,
It's like
I've tried. I failed epically, miserably. But again, as I was saying earlier, I got a new camera, and the microphone on the camera was super sensitive, and so me trying to be smarter than the technology that I have. Yes, Ron's like, actions speak louder than words. Facts. Facts. That is true. Yes. But no, I was trying to be smarter than technology, but technology has yet proved me wrong, that I am still dumb than the technology that I'm using. But what I was trying to do was trying to have my actual mic here pick up the audio versus picking up the audio from my camera, because I think somebody said that my
Okay, now we can't hear you again.
now
Something
it
tripped
disappeared.
out.
Oh my gosh. Kidding me?
Yeah, I guess like the little like aux like
Are you
like,
kidding me right now?
yeah, it just tripped out. Like something's loose.
I hate it here.
Okay. Maybe use your mics, your camera's microphone.
I hate it here.
Um,
No. Wait, how about now?
okay, I can hear you.
Okay. I hate it here. I hate it here. The street can't handle Ron. You listen, I'm telling you, I hate it here. I hate it here.
The stream candle.
Sure can handle.
Jeez.
It's like let's mute him from now.
For now. I know. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, listen, and even with talking about the the regional dialects and how you say one thing that pretty much resonates in your area, you try to say the same thing, you go to a different area, it is totally different, and it could, depending upon how you say it and where you say it, it could cost you your life a little bit. Who knows?
Oop.
But even yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like there's times where I go to where traveling up to Detroit and whatnot, and I'm very careful of what I say because what I may say may mean one thing in, let's say, the Grand Rapids region, but I go to Detroit, it may mean something totally different. And I'm like, listen,
Mm.
I'm not trying to pick no fights. Like, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting. Please don't put your hands on me. Please don't. I want to go back home. Just leave me alone.
Just like
That's all.
everybody.
Yeah, just let me be. Let me be great. Like for the 5 minutes that I have, let me be great, and I'll get out your hair. I promise you. I promise you.
Yeah, I'm curious what Nate Drug is. Like, what
Right? Right? Like
That's
no,
why.
I mean no disrespect. Please don't. And even there, like there's some folks in Grand Rapids. I will say something. They kind of gave me like this weird look. I'm like, uh, let me rephrase that because the way how you looking at me, for
His 10-person staff.
I have no staff.
You make so much money on the street.
I know,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
I know. Fire everybody. Like all y'all.
Right.
Y'all fired. Like,
It's like,
no.
this is my second home.
Eric Adams.
All right.
Oh
Because he
crap.
totally lived there. A grown ass man. A wife. Yeah, okay.
Oh man. But no. Man, no. But who was it? I think was it UL or was it Toby? But when you guys were talking about like how sometimes we have to kind of like code switch where when we're at work versus outside of work. Like
Yeah.
I find myself doing that a lot more now than what I've ever done. And especially like dialing back a lot of the slang that I would say. Y'all gotta help me because the way how I talk now is nothing in comparison what I do at work. And mind you, I work at a school where it's predominantly white women. There's all like two white guys on the staff, but that's about it. And and even then, like I would talk and I would say something, and I'll have people looking like, I would say something, and they kind of look at me like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "Oh, what I meant to say was da 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 da. Da. Oh, we get it now." I'm like, "Wow, like I guess I have to dial back a little bit, I guess, or a lot of bit, because what I said made sense to me, but I guess to other people it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, what gives?"
Yeah.
But there's also been times where I've had people call and answer the phone, and especially during campaign season, that was probably like the biggest one I've noticed during campaign season. Working at the Democratic regional headquarters. Answer the phone like, thank you for calling, blah 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 blah. My name is Ron. How can I help you? Oh, hey, where do where's your headquarters? Like, oh, it's located here, such and such. Is somebody there to come pick up? Can I come in and pick up some posters? Yeah, sure, come on down. I'll be here and everything else. And when they get there, like, hey, we talked to some guy named Ron. Is he here? Like, yeah, that's me. Oh, that's you? Yeah. Unless there's another Ron that you talked to before I showed up, then by any means, yeah, but I'm the only one. Like, oh yeah, he was real pleasant. Da, 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 da. Like, yeah, that's still me.
Oh
Just saying.
wow! So there was like, yeah, he was real pleasant.
Yeah, and it's like, go
It's
ahead.
when it's a positive adjective, they don't expect it to be a black person.
Yes.
It's like nothing positive can ever be tied to us. It's very hurtful and exhausting. It's like, I'm surprised that like that something good's coming out of your mouth. It's like, why?
Let me address this one. Listen. Working in a factory, this is pretty much where I've heard this the most, and even then, like, it's like, listen, you do realize that we could talk to me and not have to change everything up. Like, we could have a decent conversation. Like, you don't have to put brother at the end. Like, you don't have to do that. It's okay. It's okay. And they still do it. I'm like, what gives? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you really want me to do?
Right.
No.
What
Yes.
I find odd about that is like when they only speak like that to you because you're black. If
Yeah,
that's just how
that's
like they
weird.
just normally speak, then that's cool, whatever, fine, go off. But like, especially because I don't really speak like that, like
No.
I don't really say like, you feel me. I may say like, oh, I hear you, like I understand you, like, oh, I hear you, I feel you, but I never say like, oh, you feel me. No, I personally don't really ever say that. I never really say brother or like,
No.
any variation of the N word really, unless like
Mm.
somebody pisses me the fuck off and I'm just heated. But anyway, but like,
No.
so I never really like, there's, just terminology that I just don't say. And also like, if
Right.
you don't normally say that, don't say that, like I understand English, I understand words.
Yes.
Like,
I
just
do read.
communicate with me. If I don't understand something, I'll ask for like it's like, oh, can you clarify that or whatever. But 99% of the time, I most likely understand you. But you don't have to like speak how you think I speak, or how you think my friends speak, because my friends don't even speak like that either.
No.
My black friends. Now
No.
that I think about it, I never actually like sat down and thought about it. But so it's just very weird. Like, it's almost as if you learned, like, you think this is how we speak through, like, I don't know, television or like, I don't know, TikTok videos. Like, some black people do actually speak like that. And, like, that's fine. It's, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty common, whatever. It's not all of us though. And like, it's
No.
certainly not you. So like, it's it's fine. I find it to be like very, very, like, I see that a lot in shit.
I caught that too. Let's go, Ryan.
Like,
Oh man.
like, what pisses me off is like the subreddit Black People Twitter, and it's gotten like a little bit better ish.
Oh, man.
But like sometimes like you could like you have to get like kind of verified or like to be verified black on Black people's Twitter. So also you have to like you have to like take a picture of like part of your body or something and post to be able to post on it. So I'm like verified black on Black people Twitter. And like there's other people who are like verified, like have like a blue check mark next to like their username. So when somebody doesn't have a blue check mark next to their username and they're talking, you know, I guess like AAVE adjacent, it just seems like, and then you go through their profile and you see like how they comment and talk in other subreddits, and it's not like that at all. And it's like, why the fuck are you talking like this? This isn't how you normally talk. Just talk normal. Just talk how you talk.
Right.
It's just very like bizarre, because I don't know, like if somebody comes and starts talking to me in like in an English accent, I don't try to put on an English accent. If somebody, you know, like starts like, you know, speaking to me like in a like Spanish or like, you know, Latino accent, I'm not out here trying to do that. I don't know. It's just very weird. It's just hell. Like even when people try to talk to me in a Jamaican accent, I don't speak in a Jamaican accent, even though I probably should. They're probably expecting that.
Oh wow!
Isn't that you don't speak in a Jamaican accent? I thought that's why people are asking for dirty wines or whatever at work. You just sort of flaunting the Jamaicanism. I'm just kidding, but
yeah, no, like I don't know if I told you this, but it was a previous job like that. Like a guy was asking me, it's like, I'm gonna make a dirty wine. I'm like, okay.
Oh man! Jeez. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. But I get it. Trust me, I get it. And it's like, I know people are like, well, do you say the N word? I'm like, yeah, but just not around you. Like, not around here, because I know I will get fired and written up quicker than quick and faster than right now. Like, I know I will. And I know I could specifically. And somebody's asking, like, well, what if I say it? I'm looking at them like, what do you mean? Like, would it offend you? I'm like, yeah, because if you kind of understood the original meaning behind it, you really wouldn't say it. But even then, if you did say it, it was grammatically correct in using that, it still wouldn't be a word that no, not even. And even then, it's like I don't even say it at all. My family, like my older, like my aunts, my uncles, my older cousins, yeah, sure. Every now and then they'll drop it. I mean, heck, even my grandmother says it every now and then. It's funny. Like, whoa, okay, grandma, like you mean business. You mean business. Like, okay, grandma, I got you. But even still, it's like a lot of my younger cousins, you know, they cuss like a sailor. Like every other word is a cuss word or close to it. And then when they be like, oh, my bad. I'm like, bruh, listen, I get it. You live how you live. You talk how you talk. Like, I'm not here to correct you. I'm just here to love on you and say, hey, when we playing basketball, or hey, when we going bowling, you know? Man, that part. Yes.
Dude, I don't say it out loud, really. It's just like even some of my friends, it would come out in like just the funniest ways when they would say it for like emphasis. But like you would never hear them say it, so it's just kind of hilarious. And again, it's some of those people where their voice doesn't sound black, so it's like you hear them say it.
Yeah.
And it just sounds so like, oh, this is so interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like out of place.
It sounds out of place. Actually, there was a guy too. Well, he said it in like a group chat, but the way he was just using it, he was using it about other black people, and it was very weird.
I get
so I
what
was
I get what Elizabeth is saying.
actually, yeah, this is actually kind of
Yeah,
big for me too,
yeah,
depending on who I'm talking to. Um,
yeah. Because sometimes like you hear it and then you just sort of like it just reflects back and you don't really realize that. Like, no, I get that definitely.
Mhm.
Especially, yeah. No, because I pick up on it too quickly. Like I remember one of my coworkers at my previous job said I should learn like Cantonese because like whenever she taught me a word, I was able to like say it back perfectly. She was like, "That's really good," because it's like there's like slight tonal nuances that you have to you know be mindful of because if you don't, it's
Mm.
like a completely different word.
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Oh wow, okay," but no, I totally get that,
Yes.
Elizabeth. I
Yes.
don't know. I feel like you've called her Liz before, Ron. Is that? I don't know if she. I don't know if Elizabeth goes by Liz. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I've called her Liz. Like at least a bunch of times.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to give you a nickname and you don't like it. So.
Right. Right. Look, it'll be just my luck. Like, Ron, you've been calling me Liz this whole time. Like, yeah, you've been doing it for like almost a year now. Like,
Right.
oh, okay.
Okay. Liz
Oh
is
no.
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
mm,
Okay. I feel better because it's like,
Yeah.
mm.
Not
don't
me.
be Liz the
There you
whole
go.
time. Oh, I love
Yeah,
Nanamdi.
that Joker.
He's great.
Yes. Yes. Oh man. But yeah, I find like the I don't want to say language, but the talking portion, it's to me every now and then it gets overrated. But then again, like I have to remind myself that one, I'm not a know-it-all, and two, that not everybody grew up in the same area that I did, and not everybody knows a lot of things that I know, and so I have to leave room to learn and be able to have a conversation and still not offend anybody. And even if I do offend somebody, I'm quick to apologize. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Like, you know, because I just know me, and I know the people who I talk to on a daily basis. That's how we interact. And if I may say something that may offend somebody, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize. Like, you know, help me to help you, because the
Hmm.
last thing I want you to feel or walk away from is you feel disrespected any kind of way. Like, that's not me. If people know, but like, I'm not going to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful, and want to treat you as a decent human being because that's what you gave to me. So I'm here to reciprocate that as much as possible. And I feel as though that once we kind of get out of, I wouldn't say get out of our bubbles or out of ourselves, but once we kind of just like get away from this is the way how things are supposed to be, and actually take the moment just to kind of learn, I think the world will be a better place, my opinion. You know, and even then,
Yeah.
the conversations will have a deeper meaning, because now not only are you able to have this deep, meaningful dialect between two people, but it'll help build up a better relationship. Do you let's see.
That's a great question, Ryan. This is some of this. Pro- Probably. I guess in terms of like, I need to relate to you in a way that I think is familiar to you. Therefore, I'm going to talk this way and act this way. I mean, that could possibly be. I mean, that does sound very accurate. Because it's not like like
Hmm.
when white people like say like, kind of speak in like a little bit like AAVE. Um, a lot of times they're not really doing it out of like malice or like in like a negative way. It's just I guess it's just a way to relate, and I believe that's kind of like what Ryan is saying. Um, and it's just like an incorrect way of relating. Like there's this show on HBO called The Sex Life of College Girls. And there's like this one girl. I highly recommend everybody watches it because it's absolutely fucking hilarious. It's so funny. Like Mindy Kaling is one of like, I think the creators. I don't know if I think she's like one of the creators. And everything she does is absolutely genius. So there's like this one character who is who's white. She's like from Arizona, like a very, very white place in Arizona. And so she's like never really been around people of color. And like but it's like she's poor, so she just like work at like this like cafe. That's like how like students work at, and it's like a working program, so like she can like pay her way. She can like it's like some sort of like job, and like she works with like this black guy and like this Latina chick. But like so the black guy, she just randomly asks, "Hey, do you like Jay-Z?" And I was like wondering, like, where is she going with this? Like, it's like, is she like a massive Jay-Z fan and just assume because he's black that he likes Jay-Z? It's like, I don't know how I'd feel like if a white person just came up to me and just asked, "Hey, do you like Jay-Z?" It would probably have to be like, "Why do you have like tickets to a concert?" Or do you like, like you want to talk about like his latest album or something or something like that. But like, but she like tries that. She wants to like try to have a conversation. She's like, "Oh, I've never had like a black friend." She's trying to like make friends, and like her intentions are good. It's just like it's just so fucking naive of her to like of her approach. So like it's like very cringe because it's like
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't know if we have to have this conversation. I think it's okay if we skip this one. Like I never take offense to it per se. It's just like, all right, we'll see how this one goes. I'm trying to think of some examples like that, like what you're saying, that I've seen in real life.
I knew someone who said that like he went on a date with a white girl and like she started playing hip hop music on the date, like on her phone. It's like, that's really fucking random. Yeah. It's like, that's like, when on a date do you just play music anyway, for one, unless like you're on the topic and like you're in a space where you can like play music, it's like you don't just like put it up on, like you're out on dinner or something and then you just bring that up. Like I don't know. I don't exactly. I wasn't there. I don't know the exact details, but that's just very cringe. Because it's like I understand that you're trying to relate. How about just ask me questions and just relate to me as the individual rather than me as the black person. Like because I'm a whole lot more than my race. A whole lot. Like I say, I'm a whole ass person. Just ask me questions.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. Jeez. Hold on. Post that one up.
But did you like Mos Def then? I mean, the correct answer is yes. I'm kidding, but that's really awkward, Ryan. I'm sorry. That's really fucking awkward.
Like most stuff, like who? Sheesh. I mean, now you got me thinking about being in the sixth grade. I think in the sixth grade, like a lot of the teachers that I had, they were pretty much listening to the same music that I was listening to, which was like really weird. But it was like you're an adult, so I guess you could do that. And kind of looked at me like, "What are you doing? Listening to Jay-Z's the Blueprint 2 album in his parental advisory, like, oh, my dad bought it. Like, your dad bought you the CD? Like, yeah. Being proud of it. I think it was like a seventh grade when he bought me that CD. Bought me and my brother that CD. Didn't think much about it until he took it and listened to it. It's like, oh yeah, y'all can't listen to this no more. Like, but dude, you bought it for us like months ago. So what now? And then they got to the point where they kind of asked, like, hey, Dad, could you allow us to have at least one of the Jay-Z CDs? Mind you, the Blueprint 2 was a two disc album. You had the
gift and the curse.
Yep. And so he kept one, gave us the other one. We're like, okay.
Did he give you the gift? Because that's like.
Was the gift the blue one?
I think so. I think the curse was. I think that was black, right?
Yeah, I almost want to say so, because he gave us the blue one. If the blue one was the gift, then we had that, and then the curse he kept for the longest time until he was like, "Huh, take it." We're like, "Okay, thanks, Dad. Thank you. We'll still listen to it until it breaks, but hey, whatever." Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was just funny because one of my teachers. No, but I hold on. No, but I did have what was it? I just started working at a gas station, and I had just bought my car, pulled it in the driveway. No, putting out the drive, put it in the parking lot, getting ready to go to work. And some customer asked me, she's like, "Hey, do you play that loud that loud gangster rap?" I'm like, "Not on my way here to work, but if I do, you would never know because this is my first car. I'm not trying to blow my speakers out. Like, no. Like, oh, okay, because we don't like that. Like, what does that have to do with
wow, that's fucked up.
what does that have to do with me and what I like? Like, I might mess around and just blast T.I. all the way from my house down to work. And when I see you, just turn it up a little bit more so it irritates you, just in spite of."
Right? It's like, what does that even have to do? Like, you're not playing the music in the gas station.
Exactly. Exactly. But
like, they could be so like invasive, like, and they don't even realize.
Listen, Elle, when I tell you that I worked at some jobs that were predominantly white, and a lot of them were kind of okay with it, and a lot of them were just like, no. And even then, the people that I was dealing with were like, oh, heck no. We could listen to anything but that. Like, are you seriously? Like, you would listen to Marilyn Manson before you listen to Jay-Z? Yep. Like, fine. Okay. Have it your way. Not I.
Yeah.
Yes.
Music racist people too. I dig it. Music to piss over.
Oh yeah. Like now. Oh yeah. In a heartbeat. Yes. Just so to piss them off on purpose. Yes. Like, who is that? Oh, that's that new Lecrae. You should get it. Like, who is that? Like, oh, you don't know who Lecrae is? Like, come on, let's take a ride real quick.
Get the Andy Mineo. Get the blood pump.
Yes. Yes. It gets quiet real quick. Like, oh, okay. Like, yeah. Leave me alone.
That'd be too funny.
Oh my goodness. Also, yeah. That one.
How bizarre.
My brother introduced me to that, and I don't know how we got into it, but for some of them, it's kind of catchy. Like I could get it, I get it. It's something that if you were prepping yourself to go to battle, like sure, go for it. You know,
Maybe like to go work out like crazily.
if you want to go work out crazy, there you go, boom. You know, and even in a lot of his videos when he was streaming, he would incorporate like a band or two and would use the instrumental portion of it in the back of his audio, in the back of his game clips, and it was like, okay, like yeah, you playing Call of Duty, you got this in the background, like yeah, you make me want to go and play Call of Duty now, like let's do it, and just have just that one track playing in the background, like yep, let's do it. I'm in there. But again, different topic for a different subject. Or a different subject for a different topic. Whatever.
Different subject for a different time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somewhere like that.
We got you.
I appreciate it. Oh, uh-oh.
When you play rap, that's where anyone went. Huh. That's interesting. Maybe they just assumed something was gonna be. Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I don't know if they just assume. I mean, maybe my brother once kind of assumed that, like, because someone wanted to play rap, and we were like on our way to like a youth group Bible study, and he was saying that he wasn't comfortable with that. But then, like, the guy, I forget who the artist was, but my friend was like, no, this artist isn't like that. He's like, it's not like those ones where all they do is talk about, you know, sex, drugs, whatever. And so my brother was like, okay, that's fine. So I feel like sometimes people will just assume that, like, oh, it's inappropriate because of this. Now, if it was like soul or like some old R&B or like some funk or disco, I doubt someone, like, if you hear like Earth, Wind, and Fire, I doubt they're gonna be like, oh, turn that off, turn that off right now. I don't want to hear about September. Like, no, that's not a thing. Same with Return of the Mac, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure no one is offended by Return of the Mac, but like, it just ends up being like directed towards rap or what people assume is questionable, actionable, I should say.
Man, listen, this whole conversation has been great. You know, you said what?
I was just like cathartic. It's a release. We're releasing. We're releasing what's needed.
No, you're good. You're good because of course, listening to you guys, watching the chat, listening to the chat. Wow, it's time for me to go to bed now. Time for me to go to bed. But no, it's just been very entertaining and just getting everybody's perspectives on a lot of the topics that we're talking about. It's like cool, great, you know, and this is true. Yes, this is so much true. It's just like, what?
No.
Should we be worried about the new Hershey's Kiss commercial?
Right. Yeah.
Seeing these commercials in a minute.
Because that so was like,
yeah, like I wonder what we were talking about that reminded Ryan of the Hershey's. What were we talking about?
Oh man.
No, we never saw the Hershey's commercial.
They have the swirls. Wait, what?
Is it like an interracial couple? Oh God, please say no. Say no. So I've seen the Hershey Kiss swirls. Like, they're good. Don't ruin it for me. I have to go in and smack their marketing team.
There you go. You said yes.
Surprise, mother.
Ah!
Interesting.
No, God, no. They got the swirls. They got the swirls.
Oh
Oh
man.
no, no, don't make that a thing. Hershey, you are a massive
Are you
company. You
Are
can't
you Are
say
you looking at this
like-
right now? Interracial dating. Oh my god.
No,
But the
they
fact-
can't.
Wow.
No, they can't. Like that.
That's
That's like what? That's like, well, like a new jungle fever. Like what? Like no, like you can't.
Can't like. Oh my goodness.
No, you got the swirls. No. I guess they were like, we gotta find a nicer way of saying jungle fever. It's like, no, like, no, that's not it. Music changes. Like, can you pull up Ryan's comments? It starts off so innocent. Then there's a break, and the music changes, and the black family appears.
Wow.
What? So
The way this is
Is it-
coming,
So is it like so? I feel like let me see if I can find this commercial because we do have to play this now because this is
because
Yeah.
this reminds me of those Olympic commercials or those like weird German or Asian commercials where it's like clearly racist and like you'll have like, God, just so many problematic commercials, but also kind of funny. Oh, God, if I can find them, I'll share them. But these are like banned commercials in certain countries.
No, I don't see it. There's something some asshole said named their thing Hershey Kiss commercial when it's just like their Christmas light show in Cedar Park, Texas. You know, people it's like, oh yeah, like we're gonna name it this so we can get a lot of views. Hershey Kiss commercial unacceptable. This is from a year ago. He said it was new.
What? Let's see.
I don't know. So scared. I am so scared. This is probably a lie. Let me like. Let me see. This looks. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with this commercial. That was a little cute. Anyways, I don't know. I don't really watch like live TV, but like they literally fucking aired that. Oh my god! Like, right? So I was like, who is on these marketing? Like I think about this all the time. Like this is probably what happens because like I've worked at companies where it's sort of like, I mean, fortunately, like I don't think anything really bad has ever passed to my knowledge from like the companies I've worked at. But I can see how easily something like this could pass depending on, like managers or management where they could just like, somebody who's like, like I don't want to say like bottom of the rung, but like someone who's just, like the junior graphic designers, designing their thing and like but they get like word from higher up. It's like, oh, let's have a commercial like this, blah, 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 to show that we're, like more, I don't know, like diverse and friendly and, blah, blah, blah. And then, like the designer is like creating the commercial or, designing. It's like, I don't know. I don't think we should really do that. It's like, oh, yeah, let's just push it along. I'm like, okay, I just need to get paid because I have, Christmas is coming. I have bills to pay. So they just freaking do it anyway because like even though they don't want to, it's like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so bad, it's gonna be so cringe. And like sometimes they just know it's bad but they do it anyway. because they just know that like no one's gonna be able, like they have no voice. Like I could definitely see that happening in companies. I don't think I've ever worked at a company where something like that has ever been like passed. Like years ago. Like this was like a couple of jobs ago, and when I was at an ad agency, like there was like they suggested like this one picture that could be, looked at a little bit wrong, but fortunately I was able. It was a vector image, which means I can go into like Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator and be able to like edit it like easily, like because it was like a cartoon. It was like, I mean, like normal pictures, yeah, I can edit, but like this one was like, it was like a white like stick figures guy that was really big, and then 4 little stick figure guys running after him, and it was supposed to be something about business and like leadership or something like that. And I understand that whoever created that image was probably just like, here's just a really simple template of something. Most likely people are going to like change it, because like when you're like selling your vector images on like iStock or Shutterstock or like those Getty images, like those I forgot what they're called, stock photo websites, like some that's how some people just make like like some residual, like some passive income. So they probably just like put up that vector image or like boom there, and then like somebody on a higher up like gave me that image to like use, and I was just like all right, let me like change, let me like edit this so it's not like offensive.
Right.
Yeah, but fortunately I was able to do that. I don't know if they really like noticed, because I was like the only black person in the ad agency, but like at the time, who was like physically in the office. There was like another person who wasn't, but like, so I don't know if like, I'm sure like it wasn't, they didn't really see anything, or it wasn't like, like it probably didn't seem like a big deal. But like I could have easily, if I was just like in a shit mood, or just like didn't really feel like, editing or doing anything, like I could see how like, well, this is just a picture, so you just crop it, save it out, and put it on, or you send it away, or you put it on an email, or what have you. So I could easily see how that could just be like very easily done, depending, because like I could see how that could have just been easily overlooked. Because like, okay, I get the end. Like, it's like, oh, okay, I understand where this image is going. Blah blah blah, boom, and then it'll probably be like days later. I'll be like, holy shit, that could easily be offensive. This isn't good. But like, fortunately, I was able to change it around, so it wasn't like that. But yeah, like, and they probably gave me that image just to edit. They were just like, all right, this is the concept that we're going with. Here you go. And it could have just been like, that was, that could have been the case as well. But like, I can easily see how like there could be somebody, me included, who would just easily look past something like that. But in terms of like a commercial, because an image is quick, an image can be really quick if you just size it down to the size that you need, save it out, and send it off. But like a commercial is not easily done like that. You have to hire actors and actresses. You have to write a script. You have to, get like the camera equipment, it's pretty much like all the stuff it takes to create a movie or a TV show, but just like way smaller and much more condensed. So the fact that somebody wrote that script, I still haven't seen this Hershey Kiss commercial, but according to Ryan and Ender Buckley, it exists. There's 2 people.
Facts.
Yeah, that's incredibly problematic. That somebody
who
wrote the script was like, oh, it's a swirl Hershey Kiss that's like interracial. I was like, I feel like that could have just gone in so many different directions. Like, like I mean, like they could have done something better. Oh,
Mm.
Ender Buckley hasn't actually seen the commercial. But still, like, okay. I mean, hopefully this commercial exists. Not downing you, Ryan, but like it would be like this would be a funny prank show, honestly. if the commercial actually didn't exist, but I don't think you're lying.
There's an interesting. There's an interesting. Oh, what's this? Who wants to feature urban? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you just saved them a PR disaster right there.
Advertise the featured gorilla in the name. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was you saved them from a PR disaster.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. Oh man, Toby, what the?
I know. So there's this crazy commercial. I haven't seen it in a long time. I actually thought it was a real Sprite commercial, but it's not really a commercial. I think it's just like you call it. It's a it's kind of crazy, but I know it's like, wait a second.
No, I'm not showing that.
Yeah, that's their discretion.
Oh, jeez.
And it's just like, yo, there was some controversy around that one, but it wasn't actually a real German or Dutch commercial, so it wasn't quite. I thought it was actually a legit commercial, the way China would have like commercials like black people climbing things or something. But this isn't a real commercial, so it wasn't quite as outrageous. But basically, y'all can Google on your own time. Banned Sprite commercial, German. I think it's German or Dutch.
Yeah, it's German, all right.
And you'll see some interesting imagery.
It's a Sprite commercial, yes.
You'll see some interesting imagery. That's all I could say. Chinese. Oh yeah, the Chinese washer commercial. That sounds familiar. Oh yeah, the person literally like puts the black person into like the washer. I think.
Out like an Asian or white or something. And there were like other variations of that commercial too, which was weird.
I'm gonna share the link. Oh man, this mess is funny. Oh.
I'm still looking for like this Hershey's Kiss commercial though.
Listen, this mess, this, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised. This is Germany, and Germany is a little bit more relaxed in certain aspects. But there y'all go. There goes the banned German Sprite commercial. That mess is hilarious.
It's a black guy. It's a black guy. I mean, that one is like that was more just like a shock value. I don't know if anyone was really offended, like, oh my god, you sexualized a black person. But like, it reminded me of the same kind of like, wow, someone actually. Because what I knew it as was a banned Olympic commercial. I think that's what I first saw it advertised like 10 years ago, or like 8 years ago when I first saw this. But and there's another one that's like similar, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. That one though isn't as racial, so I don't think. Oh my god, Skittle ads! I'm just seeing all these crazy things. I have to look at this later because there's some banned commercials that are actually kind of wild, and it's just like,
yeah, that one, the one I just posted. Y'all view at your own risk. That mess is hilarious.
Yeah,
I found it funny. That one joint was like, oh, like okay. But then again, like I said, it's Germany for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't find that Hershey's Kiss commercial though.
Let's see if I can.
Oh man,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Can't find this.
I don't know, like some people, like marketers, are like, some you gotta listen to. I don't know, like I would say if you're the head of a marketing team or some sort of manager, be easygoing and easy to talk to, be friendly, so everyone,
Mhm.
and also be open to criticism and critique, because that's really fucking important in marketing, because like there might be something that you're not aware of. Like you might have just not watched the news that day, and then you want to post something, and then it's like, oh no, right now is not the time to create a message with that sort of wording, or don't use that sort of thing, or like, yeah. So yeah, for anybody who's in marketing, going up the ranks in marketing, or is high up in the marketing ranks, definitely listen to, definitely be open and conversational, and yeah, I keep watching those Hershey Kiss commercials, and they're all very G-rated and fine. Nothing has to do with like the swirl Hershey's Kiss, but if it's very different what they're advertising.
Hold on, crisp and clean and no caffeine. Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out it was more of like a parody. Like the person who made it really just did it to pretend to like be an advertiser. I think Sprite did like sue them, or no, not sue them, but Sprite did something and said like you can't do this, and the guy was like, yeah, this was never supposed to be a real advertisement. But still, I feel like it's just funny that like you could see something like that because they just don't give enough. They'll just do whatever.
I know. Just like watching TV and you see. I think that's hilarious though. Like, I feel like that is okay for like if you're watching like Adult Swim, or like on a channel where they're showing like more. I don't want to say like adult, because I feel like the term adult can have like several different meanings. But like if you're 18 and up, if you're watching like Family Guy at 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, you're probably maybe a little grown. Of course, like I'm sure we all, even when we're like when we're teenagers, probably watching Adult Swim growing up as a kid. But still,
Man,
I don't know.
it was
Maybe
BT
like
at the dark.
MTV. Yeah, I feel like maybe MTV late at night, or like a channel that kids probably weren't really watching because there were no cartoons. Like that sort of commercial could be on it, but that's a little too raunchy though. That's a little too raunchy.
Yeah.
I guess like if HBO had commercials, that would be fine. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree because my auntie-in-law, who I've met once, she is German, and a lot of the things that she posts on her page is like, y'all are able to do that there. Like, had that been here in the States, would have been a no-go whatsoever. But she said that in Germany, like a lot of things are very relaxed. And even the television programming over there is very relaxed. I mean, in Europe in general, it's very relaxed. Like the censorship is pretty much like gone because the majority of people are mature enough to the point where they can handle it and know that it's a joke and whatever. do the same thing over here. No, somebody getting sued within the next 72 hours of airing, if not within the next 5 minutes of airing. Uh,
The one with the so Ryan is saying the Hershey Kiss commercial you played, the one with the bells, that was it. You mean like I mean I didn't see like when like white people showed up. Like it was just
oh, I
did you
get
see
what he's saying. I get no, I get what he was saying. I get what Ryan was saying. Basically, it starts off because I picked this up to listen to it a few times, but it goes to that traditional "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and then it kind of flows into like New Orleans style of beat, whereas the little black girl takes away one of the bells, one of the kisses from the bells, and so it's kind of like, okay, it's a little different, you know, maybe not like um offensive in a way, but it's kind of like it makes you kind of scratch the back of your neck, like it did what was the purpose behind it, and even then, yeah, like okay, I don't know if there was supposed to be an intention behind it. I don't know if they're trying to evolve, like out with the old, in with the new, or trying to do something different in a way. So it's kind of like, okay, you're kind of incorporating a more black sense or a more black style, which is like okay, but even still, it's like it's a little much in a way. It's a little much in
oh,
a
yeah,
way.
okay. No, I didn't really pick up. I guess because I was looking for something else. My bad. I guess
Yeah, yeah,
I reread Ryan's comments, and I guess like I combined them with like Ender Buckley when he said like the swirl, and I guess like it's also like with the timing of like when we say things versus like when people comment
yeah.
and respond, it's like probably like a good like 7-8 second difference. Like it's pretty drastic, especially on YouTube. On Twitch it's not as bad.
Hmm.
So probably like I thought it was something with like an interracial couple with the swirl, Hershey's Kiss. So I thought that's where it was going. I was like, I couldn't find it at all. So I apologize, everyone. Like I misread Ryan's comments, misunderstood.
It's
But
it just shows that you're human. That's all. It just shows that you're human and nobody's perfect.
What was the swirl? So
Nobody.
I am looking back at the thread too because I think I just assumed that's what the conversation was going. But I also think like I didn't remember what was being said in real time at 10:53 p.m. So it's okay. This stream will be replayed.
yeah, so like when they're doing like the "We wish you a Merry
Mm,
Christmas," like the very classic, like old Hershey Kiss commercial. Like instead of it like going as normal, like a black girl takes one of the Hershey Kisses and then like puts it onto like this thing that her and her dad are baking. And I guess
mhm.
the music changes up. And Ryan did mention like the music changes, and it's like now then like a black family appears, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess like the music changes up, but I felt like but it's still Christmassy. The song, isn't it?
Oh, was
It,
it supposed to be
ye-
like it's like less wholesome all of a sudden?
it,
No,
it,
I
it's
didn't see
it's not less wholesome. It's just because, and again, to Ryan's point, it has that New Orleans style of it's like it's a New Orleans style Christmas beat that's being played.
Oh,
Is
okay.
and so and again, it happens as soon as the little black girl takes one of the Hershey Kisses from the Bell scene, puts it on her cookie that her and her dad is is making. And I think the point, like he was saying, did the music have to change though? And I get and when you put it, when you think about it and you put it in that term, it's like, yeah, did it have to change? Could it have just still been the same? Like,
I don't think it was it's to indicate that like, oh, we're like we're changing this, like it's like,
mhm.
oh, like yeah, it's like they literally like chopped it and like tried to indicate that like, oh, this is like a, yeah, it's like this is a change. So like when that happens, like change in music happens as well. Like we see that in film all the time. It's almost like a, I don't want to say remix. It's almost like a remix to the commercial itself. So
Right.
like, so it's almost like, oh, here's the surprise. It's like, oh, surprise! It's not what you think it is, and now it's going to be kind of fun because like they're baking and all that.
Actually, don't know if I've even. I'm seeing it right now. It's
Mhm.
interesting because I've never even seen the original. Or I must have. I guess it's a classic, so I must never have
Oh yeah.
registered.
Yeah,
I'm,
it's been going on for like over a decade, easy.
yeah, it
Like
must have been
probably
like
15 years or
so
so,
just
more
like
than.
like there's nothing that would have made that original one even register in my head enough to care that like this was different. Where people are like, oh, you must bring back the original. I'm like, oh, what original? Um,
Yeah.
sorry to that commercial, but I did not really register. Same thing with Michael Bublé. I'm sorry to even say this on air, but I didn't know who that man was until like how many years ago? It may have been like somewhere between 2012 and 2016.
That's fine. I feel
I
like
was because he said Michael Bublé. I was like, who's this? Like, oh, this man who sang all these songs. How was I supposed to know his name? What? So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not too like I'm not so much like a super like, oh my god, how dare they change this? Because I don't have much attachment to like some
Mm.
of that nostalgia anyway. Oh, I have a conspiracy about this one, but I don't even know if I want to say
you
it.
have a conspiracy.
So
Oh boy.
apparently, if you Google white couple or white people or something, it will always show you an interracial couple. But if you Google black people, you'll just see like two black people. And so there was a whole thing on Quora where people were determined that this was like some kind of replacement theory type of thing where like Google engineers coded this in so that way you only see interracial and there's no whiteness. Like I saw a legitimate core question directed to a Google engineer and I was like, are you really like trying to validate
Oh
racial
crap.
conspiracy theories right now? I mean, you could do it. You could Google white people. And I feel like it was just his algorithm or his like location history or something that like
Uh-uh.
image search actually. Um,
No. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, it's like whole different types.
actually, it is actually kind of interesting though because a bunch of
I see Issa Rae.
and sometimes though when you Google white people, it doesn't really understand what you're trying to say. So it'll show like white, like a lot of white backgrounds, which of course you see in memes and Twitter, and then you'll see like a black person because it's a person. Um, so that was one explanation for why Googling white people will show black and other people because of like Google not literally understanding what you're trying to say. Like Google's being too literal.
But if
uh-uh.
you Google American people, it becomes a lot more white.
Oh really?
Yeah, if you Google patriot people, it's just
Oh
very
god.
like it's just like a lot of the flag actually, and like, well, like if you Google American people, they show like Native Americans and also white people. The reason why I like most likely when you Google white people, it's because like in terms of like articles, especially like maybe like bigger articles, it's usually probably like if you're talking about like the subject of race, like like it's most likely you're going to mention white people and in like in the copy in some way. But like I don't think that like, I guess white people are more like right leaning people probably don't really say white people often, at least not in like their, not in the like the news or whatever. Yeah, I think that was me too, Mish. I think it was it was Chris Rock
Yeah,
was the
I
first.
definitely got some, even when I Google white couples, I got a bunch of interracial couples. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Rock is the first thing for white people too.
Because like these pictures are usually like drawn from like articles and web pages. So like it was probably like the web page is probably like, oh, interracial couples are going to be, I recently, there's been like, oh, interracial couples are now more like, people like white people approve interracial couples more. Like it's like a 94% approval now as opposed to, I think it was like 87% approval back in 2013. That was a recent article. So, and usually like maybe like the image for the article is like an interracial couple, which is like a black person and a white person. That's probably like why it shows up. Of course, I'm not, trying to defend Google, but that's more than likely the reason. So you said a white couple.
I beg to differ. I went on a different site. I did DuckDuckGo, and for white people, I got interracial big time. Interracial big time. Oh yeah. I got interracial big time. And then I just did a search for black couples, and I just got all black folks.
That's what I saw. That's basically what I saw on. That was what they were complaining about.
Folks.
Was if I search black couples, it's always black. But if I search white couples, it's always interracial. And it's like, okay, welcome to the
Like,
future.
why are you searching white couples though? Why are you searching white couples though?
White couples. I mean, listen, they wanted to fantasize about the fact the country is not changing the way it is. They can fantasize all they want, and then they can look around and see the reality.
Oh crap! That's funny. Oh,
it's just so funny that like people really took this to like Google engineers. Like I saw like literal engineers like having to defend their algorithm. I was like, this is where you are in life? Is this where we are in life? And
right, like,
so
like, come on, like, can we be great and just do great things without being felt as though we have a target on our backs? Like, can we just live?
Mm-hmm.
That hold on. NPH. That looks very interesting because I don't know what that is.
NPH. Algorithms do have biases because of whoever coded them. But that's true.
Ha! Okay. Okay. Got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't catch that either. I actually thought New Hampshire somehow auto-populated in my brain when I saw NPH because I live like 10 minutes from the border of New Hampshire. That's just Google being woke. Well, it can't be woke because technically the search engine never sleeps.
Yes.
Okay, you win. I like it.
Sure.
That's Mish. Love you, but Barack just won the puns for tonight.
Yeah. You got some competition, Mish.
Yeah, Mish, you got some competition, but I don't know. Mish be finding a way to pull a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Mish is known to pull a nice one. Oh, okay. You guys, it's 7:30, and we've been kicking it with you guys and chatting, laughing, Googling, searching, talking, and it's been fun. It's been fun. It's been fun. But I know I can speak for myself. I got an early morning, and I know others probably have an early morning. But
No, I have
again,
a very early morning.
we love the energy. We love the company. We just love you guys. Like all in all, we love y'all. All of y'all that's been popping in, popping off. Coming in with your energy and just coming in just to chat and talk. It's been fun. Like we love it. We love it. And then somebody asked me like, why did I do this? Like because like it's for the people that's watching. Like why else? Not to say that coming on here and chatting with Elle and Toby is not fun. No, 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 not at all. They keep me dying laughing. Even off camera, there's some stuff that's been posted. I'm laughing hard. I'm laughing hard. But at the same time, because I can see their faces and they can see my face, it makes it all that much better. So yes. Let's see. We can't even live. That's interesting. That's interesting because I know somebody that actually moved there, and she's actually there now. And I don't know. She's saying people like if you can come. So that's another topic for discussion. And hopefully, if I can reach out to her in time and ask her how that transition was, I think that might be a very interesting conversation. Very interesting. And I think a lot of y'all know who I'm talking about. And if you don't know, if we get a chance to have that conversation, you'll know. You'll definitely know. You'll definitely know. But I'm done. Elle, Toby, you have any final thoughts?
Just my back hurts and I'm ready to get out of this
Actually,
chair.
yeah, I didn't realize how much my back was actually hurting too. Keep the conversation going on Twitter. Look at TMC, whatever a Twitter account is, and you have more comments regarding this very active area of academic research, talking white and black. Please share your thoughts, your experiences, your comments. I actually really
And we also have a Discord. We have a Discord channel.
Yes, we have a Discord, and we should use that more.
And people Discord in the Discord.
Yes,
exactly.
I will post the link again, so just in case if y'all missed it, I will drop that. Let's see.
Yeah, drop it in the chat. Wait before you all leave, definitely join our Discord. Ron's about to put the. All right, yes, he just posted the Discord,
right there.
our server in the chat.
Yes.
Should also be in our bio, YouTube bio / YouTube description. Probably the bio, right? Put permanently there.
Yeah, I think that's the best place to put it. On Twitter. Yeah. So.
Yes, Mish.
Yes.
Holding it down in the Discord, talking about anime and all the cool things.
Yeah. I know. So I gotta talk about Demon Slayer with somebody.
There you
New
go.
season's really good. I'm really enjoying the new season. Anyway,
I gotta see the new season.
It's really good. Yeah.
On it. There you go. Mish said it. Mish said it. If you're big into anime, come one, come all. And
video
talk
games.
about video games. Yes. Go ahead. I'm
if
sorry.
you have any ideas about what we can chat about next time, definitely there's a channel in our server. So yeah, come join us.
You already know the vibes.
What Toby said.
Go ahead, Toby. Sing
right. You had like some kind of bluesy voice going. I was like, okay, I didn't know this about you.
I don't know.
Come on. It's okay. Don't worry. We still got a karaoke night that we got to settle.
Yeah. There's a general music based stream that will happen because it always happens impromptu anyway, and then there's a karaoke battle that apparently we have to do live on air one time. So I might see. Let y'all have at it. I'll be here for moral support.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
can
stop
definitely
it.
continue the convos in the Discord chat. You know, you don't have to wait all the way until
Mhm.
next week unless, you know, if you don't want to. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. So without oh my gosh.
Further ado.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan, and I mean everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Ryan and Nate, y'all were some actives in this chat, some new
Yeah.
actives, and we love to see this energy.
Yes.
Liz, great as always. Thank you for your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Barack, awesome as
Barack, always. Ender Buckley, you got your thing going on. Appreciate your commentary.
Yes. It did. I just saw. I know Janelle Gordon popped in.
No, that was. I think that looked like that was spam.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was not. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think that was a real
Anyways.
person.
Yeah, that was another like
It-
swoop like that.
There was like two random spam looking comments.
Yeah,
Y'all
it seemed
tried.
like the same thing. I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Y'all tried it, but thank you.
Yeah, the Justina. Like,
Tyrone.
so all the bots. Shout out to all the bots. Y'all tried it. It didn't work.
Mark and
Shout out to the
Amara.
bots. Oh, okay.
Kyle
then I
B
know-
in this. Oh, sorry.
I would say I know I saw DJ Elf. He popped in for a second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, throwback. Thank you,
Yeah.
DJ Elf, for looking. Kyle V in the CV saying white guy hair, interesting conversation. We appreciate the lurkers who are
Yes.
here. That was 10 p.m. That's super cool. No, seriously, just listen in and hear us talk. Got something to say, you could say it. And then you got some interesting things to say. Tyrone Jackson.
Yes,
You should have.
Tyrone.
You have so much to say about abortion. You should have seen our conversation like a month plus ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That is-
Oh yeah. Hearts all around.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
Alrighty.
We're out of here. We'll catch you guys next week with same channel, same trio, different topic. You never know. We might have a special guest, but you got to tune in to see. So without L, please help.
Without further ado, we'll see you all next week for our Christmas episode.
There you go. See ya.
See y'all.
See you.
Catch you soon.
Bye.